Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron and this is the 25th of September 2015 Genesis Models show. Now, as you can see, hopefully we are in the new studio at the Genesis Models HQ here in Brierley Hill, Brettle Lane, near the Merry Hill Centre in the West Midlands here in the UK. So I've been moving in here and it's been absolutely mad doing this and that all over the place, but I have managed to get the Hurricane episode 5 done. And with episode 5 you will notice that through the episode I've ended up getting a third camera angle, then I've ended up getting a fourth camera angle, so it kind of goes up and up and up in camera angle as that episode goes along, because as hopefully you can see, we now have a bird's eye view angle. We've got another camera just over here, which is I sort of call that my backup camera. We've got our main camera just here as well, which we normally sort of use, and now we've got this face camera, which is the whole great point of getting this new studio, is the fact that I can get the lighting in all sorts of places. I've got more space to have cameras in front of me, and the mic as well. I've got the mic perfectly placed in front of me where I want it now. So hopefully all this is going to give us better angles, better sound quality, and just loads of other features. Again, there's lots to kind of go through here in my head, but behind me we do have this green screen. Now I'm kind of I'm in two minds here whether to sort of keep this green screen, because I've just put this up temporarily until I get the big paint rack here, and then load up all these paints that are all in boxes just down there. However, after putting it up temporarily, I do kind of like it, and I'm in two minds whether to sort of go with the paint rack or go with the green screen. So what I'm going to do is, where I post this this news show in the forum area, in the news section, I'm going to be putting a poll there saying, what would you guys prefer? Do you prefer the green screen or do you prefer the paint rack? And basically I'm just going to let you guys decide. Whatever turns out to have the most votes, green screen or the paint rack, is what I'm going to put behind me just here. So I'll probably go around the studio in a bit and sort of show you around. We've got a couple of rooms and toilets and kitchens and all sorts in here. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw out this this product review here by Citadel. It's their really cool tool set. So let's take a look at this really cool tool set by Citadel. Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Citadel's new tool set. Now this tool set is rather expensive. Now when it comes to reviewing Games Workshop stuff, everything is expensive. Everything is overpriced, and really for the price you pay, it's not really worth it. However, we do still buy it, so we must think it's worth it at the end of the day. And everyone feels the same really. From what I've seen, you do pay a premium just for the label, basically, when it comes to Citadel and Games Workshop. So really this cost me £65, which really is a lot of money for just a couple of tools. Although they do look pretty, it is a lot of money. So I want to sort of take this product review and leave price out of it, right? Let's face it, we know it's not worth the money, so let's kind of leave the price out of it and let's just see the quality of the product. So let's get a product review of this. Now it comes in a really cool, neat box. When it comes to Games Workshop, as I say, they are overpriced, but their quality is rather good, and it is a good box. It is really solid, good quality. And then inside we do have this really cool bag holder for your tools, right? You know, not badly stitched, looking rather good. Nice little button. We open it up and then we can just roll all this out. Let's maybe back up the camera a bit so we can see it all. As you can see, we've got all these different pockets to put all sorts of different tools. Now you get a whole bunch of tools with this, but it's nice that this tool holder here gives you enough space to put more tools in here and add to it. So let's start off with our first tool, which is these cutters. First impression, I mean, they do look really cool. I mean, I'll just get out my cutters that I normally use. I think these were by Trumpeter and they only cost like £5 compared to if you went off and bought this separately, I think it's about £20. But there you go. As you can see, they do look a lot more smarter and they do feel nicer as well. They've got a really good sort of spring action in there, whereas this hasn't really got much of a spring action at all going on there. So they do feel better, more sort of, they just look better, feel nicer in the hand. I have been cutting with this. I haven't got anything to cut on me at the moment, but you know, they do cut rather well. Really, I mean, you know, you can use this just as much, but these do feel nicer and look nicer, which I suppose really that is about it when it comes to that, feeling nicer, looking nicer, cuts about the same. You know, there we go. Now then we have our blade just here, which again looks rather cool. Nice colour to it, and we've got a few features, and the features are we can push back to lock it in, we push it to the middle, which then brings out our blade just here, and then we can push it up again where we can then remove the blade. Now the blades in here I do believe are Swan Morton blades, so you know, you're not getting any special blades or anything like that. You know, it's the same kind of blades I've been using, which I do love to use. Swan Morton's number 3 handle with number 11 blades. I do really like this. It just feels solid. I like the feel of it. Now this blade by Citadel, it is a nice blade. It feels okay in the hand, but what I don't like about these type of blades is when you come round to actually cut something, if we just bring you in, right, what happens is there's a little bit of a slight wobble sometimes with it. And that's because we've got this whole kind of mechanism of opening and closing and removing blades that, you know, it just has a little bit of play in it, and I think you can just hear that play. Whereas with just a plain simple solid number 3 blade, everything's solid about it and you don't get any play in it, which you know, love it or not, it depends on you personally. And I suppose really this is more safer because we can just lock it away and you're not going to cut yourself, whereas with a number 3 it's always open and potentially you're going to cut yourself. So it is a bit of a preference thing. I still prefer the number 3 blades, but it is rather cool. Next up, now this is a really cool one. This is like a seam scraper for doing miniatures. However, you know, we could use it in all sorts of applications as well, for any kind of seam lines. I mean, anything from doing, say, AMRAAM missiles or sidewinders or anything like that. But you know, this is designed specifically for miniatures, but we can use it elsewhere, and it is a cool tool. It does look a little bit strange, but I actually really like it, and I am going to definitely be adding this to my toolbox for any kind of seam removal, because I have used it on a couple of miniatures and stuff, and it really does work really well. It's one of these tools where you kind of want to sort of either sand back your seam lines to, you know, get rid of them. But there's certain places you can't get a sanding stick or even a skinny stick. But this, because it's like, you know, a nice sort of point, you could get into all those really sort of hard to reach places to remove those seam lines. And then we have a couple of, we have a couple of different little tools here, some metal files. These are rather cool as well. They do have a very fine sort of grit going on there. So yeah, these are, you know, good for getting into hard to reach places on miniatures to sort of, you know, sand them out a little bit and sand them down. I do like these as well. And then moving along, we also have some more tools, which are just a few kind of spatulas and, you know, maybe a bit of a recess sort of rescriber bit here. You know, these tools, to be honest with you, I mean, really, you can go off and spend a couple of quid and get these from absolutely anywhere. I mean, okay, they're a bit better quality, but again, you know, it's Games Workshop. They ask for a load more money for this kind of stuff, but no need to really sort of go into detail on those tools. We then have the little hand drill, and hopefully, as you can see there, it looks, you know, rather cool. Like everything else in this, it just makes everything look cooler, and it is a good quality one as well. We can open this up, right, and as you can see, we can then sort of rotate and turn around to put different sized drill bits in here, which is rather easy to do. There is actually, strangely, let's get this back on, you can actually sort of open up the back here, right, and it's sort of like, oh, you could put something in there. Now they do provide you with a nice couple of drill bits, which I first thought, oh yes, we could probably put a couple of drill bits in here, but they actually don't all fit. But you can get a nice couple of drill bits just in here, maybe some of the main ones, but you can't really get the big ones in there. Alright, so just screw that back on. So yeah, I mean, the hand drill drills very nicely. It's nothing kind of like mega over special from any ordinary hand drill, but it does look cooler and complements the rest of the set. There are some blades that you do also get in here, wherever they've gone, can't remember, but there we go. So all in all, I think it is a good quality set, right? I mean, all these tools, you know, they haven't knocked back on the quality. They do feel nice and they do look extremely cool, which is a good feature about these. Is, you know, they just look really cool. They feel nice. They are better quality than, say, some of the standard tools that I've brought here, there, and everywhere. But again, you know, price, it is just costs too much. If you've got you know, 65 quid lying around somewhere, yeah, go ahead, buy these. They do look cool. They feel nice. You know, they are a bit better quality. But, you know, if you don't want to kind of waste money, I'd just recommend you go off and get, you know, normal cutters from Trumpeter or something, and Swan Morton blades, whatever you feel. Now, I say 65 quid, and that's because I got it at I think I did get it at like a sale price at Games Workshop. So here's kind of the next kind of bad point to this, is that I do believe that if you go onto the website, you will pay something like £90 for all this. So I've actually got it kind of on the cheap, and I do believe if you can buy them like separately. So you end up sort of paying about £90, but you don't get the box and you don't get a nice little tool holder here. So you end up sort of getting less and paying more. There's different ways of buying it, so I would definitely recommend, if you are going to buy this, you know, sort of maybe wait or look around for this kind of £60, £5 offer, and you also get the tool bag there as well. So hopefully, this product review has been beneficial to you. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. So there is Citadel's tool set, expensive, but I do kind of like it. Now here's just behind on the green screen here, a little walk around the studio we have here. Now we've got 3 rooms altogether. The first room I'm kind of thinking is going to be sort of like, I'd like some sort of a members meet, a place where you guys can come and meet other people, like-minded people in the hobby, where you can sort of bring in your kits, bring in whatever you're working on, and maybe you could sort of use the facilities to work on whatever it is you're working on a little bit, just to sort of maybe get around problems you might have. We can all sort of get together and help each other out in getting around whatever problems you're having, and showing you how to sort of get around it and do it. Plain simple socializing really is sort of like going to be the main key here. In the smaller room, which is the middle room, I am thinking of having some sort of a gaming table in there. I do like my games workshop, and I do like my board games and everything, so it's also going to be a little room there in which you guys could come in and you can battle away if you like. Someone also did suggest having a massive diorama in which maybe we could have a members group building little pieces of a big diorama or something like that. Again, nothing is absolutely 100% certain right now, but this is sort of like what I'm thinking. And then in the bigger room we have the studio, which hopefully you can see, it gives us so much more room to get all the cameras and lighting in all the right places, and the mic and everything, which hopefully you're more liking there. Also, it just gives us, this room's a bit more bigger, so I was also thinking of setting up a couple of workstations in here, and we could potentially have some classes in here, which could be on anything from basic assembly, airbrushing, decaling, just general building. Maybe we could have a kiddies corner day where you could bring round the kids, the grandkids, and they could just build a nice little model and take it away with them that day, or something like that. But it is still sort of in planning stage. I mean, still got to buy a load of desks and look into health and safety and fire safety and all these new things that we have to look into, and getting all set up and getting the feedback from you guys. I mean, this is probably one of the big things that I need right now, is sort of like the feedback of what you kind of want, in a sense. It's sort of like, maybe what prices would you want to pay, say, for a class or something, and is there any people actually in this area of Briley Hill, near Bretta Lane? It's by the Maryhill Shopping Centre. Are there people in the area who would come down here and start up, say, a modelling group, a bit like IPMS modelling groups where they get together and stuff? I'll see what feedback I can get from you guys from that. Also, moving along in the show is the YouTube Hangouts. Now, I know a couple of months ago we was doing the Hangouts, and they have sort of stopped because, and that was just down to computers going into where my workstation was, and being able to hook up a webcam and everything was a bit problematic. But now we're in the new sort of workshop. We can get that feature back in, which I'm sort of working on the whole kind of. Well, first off, I'm actually getting the internet connection here at the new studio as well, phone lines, that kind of stuff. So I'm working on it, and I want to get that back in and incorporated here at Genessis-Models. So hopefully you look forward to those Hangouts again. Also next week we're going to be doing the F15, so I'm going to be building away with that, which I do believe we're going to continue spraying along with that, which what I wanted to do was really sort of go in there and show everything on spraying, so you guys who are new to it, intermediate, even going into advanced a bit, you know, hopefully I'll show everything you need to know for that. And I'm going to roll that on for 2 weeks as well, so there's going to be 2 whole weeks of F15 starting next week. Sorry if the show's been short. You know, everything's up in the air. You know, I should probably write all this down of what I've got to do and everything, but I'm going to go off and sort of keep on getting this workshop ready and getting ready for next week with the F15. So hopefully you're bearing with me. We're moving into this this new studio here, so you know, hopefully you're going to be liking all the new features. I'm liking all the new features. I'm pretty excited about, you know, getting these new 2 camera angles, which has then provided another problem. I've got to sort of upgrade my computer again, because with the 2 extra camera angles it's really sort of slowed down the editing software program that I use, so I'm working on that as well. You know, so things might take a little bit of time to sort of get going again, but I am working on it behind the scenes, and you know, once we're settled in here, you know, hopefully things will be a lot better. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this show here this week at Genessis-Models new studio. So until next time, my name's Bobby Waldron, this is Genessis-Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.